What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So, we're going to take a look at the payment dates for Social Security. And yes, SSI has two payments this month. I'm going to explain it all. There's not an extra payment, but there are two payments in May for SSI beneficiaries. So, that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. And also, you can send me an email, david@thetecshow.com, if you want to share a story with me, or if you want me to do a video on a specific topic. Make sure you link the topic. So if it's an article, link that article. If it's a video, go ahead and link that video. And then I'll possibly do a video on your email. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar for May. And first off, when we're looking at Thursday, the 1st, that is when SSI beneficiaries will receive their payment. And then Friday, Social Security beneficiaries and SSDI, now you need to qualify for this. So if you started receiving Social Security benefits prior to May of 97, then you will qualify, and then they'll be sending you your checks. Usually they send it on the 3rd, but the 3rd happens to be a weekend, and so they will be sending it on the 2nd. Okay, now looking at the 14th, that is when people receiving Social Security benefits and SSDI, you need to qualify, and the qualification is that your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th. When we look at the 21st here, that is for beneficiaries whose birthdays fall between the 11th and the 20th. And then when we look at the 28th here, that is beneficiaries whose birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st. Now, that second payment for SSI beneficiaries, that happens on the 30th, and that is because the 1st of June falls on a weekend, and so they move it forward to the 30th. So that's what's going on there. Now, there's nothing significant happening right now as far as Congress goes for the month of May, but just keep in mind, you're going to start hearing politicians talking about the reconciliation bill. So they're moving a reconciliation bill. It's the Republicans that are moving this, and part of that bill should have the elimination of taxes for Social Security beneficiaries. And so that's something that President Trump was talking about. And so we'll have to see if that's in this reconciliation bill. And that is going to mean an increase in benefits for some people receiving Social Security benefits. So if you receive Social Security benefits right now and you're over that threshold where you're paying taxes, if they eliminate taxes on people receiving Social Security benefits, then you're not going to have to pay those taxes anymore, which means you're going to have more money in your pocket. So that's something that I know some people receiving Social Security benefits is going to be looking forward to. Now, there are positives and negatives when it comes to that. First off, it's not going to go out to everyone, only people who are paying taxes. You have a lot of people who are living at or below the poverty line that are not paying taxes on their Social Security benefits, and so they're not going to qualify for any increase. And then we're talking about taxes when it comes to Social Security benefits. That money, those tax dollars, go right back in to the trust fund to help pay out benefits. So if you eliminate taxes on people receiving Social Security benefits, that's less money going back to the trust fund, which means the trust funds will deplete much sooner. And they're talking about this could mean 2 to 3 years earlier. So right now they're saying 8 years the trust funds are going to be completely depleted. We could be looking at 5 years the trust funds will be completely depleted if they move forward with eliminating taxes on people receiving Social Security benefits, but they don't provide any funding. And so we're going to have to see if they do that. If they don't provide funding, then we're looking at a situation where the trust funds will deplete much sooner. And that could mean across the board about a 23% cut for people receiving benefits. So on one hand, you have people who pay taxes right now on their Social Security benefits. They would be receiving an increase. It's not going to impact everyone, as I stated, and in 5 to 6 years, we could be looking at the trust funds be completely depleted, and then everybody gets a cut to their benefits of approximately 23%. So I don't know. Realistically, Congress needs to reform Social Security. So that's one thing that they need to talk about. But right now, they're just talking about this reconciliation bill, and the anticipation is you're not going to see reform to Social Security in this reconciliation bill, but they could eliminate taxes for people receiving Social Security benefits. So I want to know what you guys think about all that. So let me know in the comments below. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the emails that you guys have sent me. Remember, you can send me an email, david@thetecshow.com. Okay, this next email is coming from Tanya. Tanya, thank you for the email. It says, hi, just wanted to know, does that mean the whole umbrella of Social Security or just spousal? Because I have not heard anything about that. Thanks again, Tanya. Okay, so if you qualify under the Social Security Fairness Act, so basically if you paid into a pension and you didn't pay into Social Security, you might qualify. And I've done videos on this, and I'll post a link at the end of this video so you can check out if you qualify or if you don't. But If you do qualify, then yes, you're under that umbrella. And so it's not just spouses. So spouses, that would be GPO. So they've eliminated GPO and WEP. So GPO would be for spouses. WEP is for people who worked, paid into a pension, but didn't pay into Social Security. But then they had another job where they were paying into Social Security and they earned at least 40 credits. So they qualify for Social Security and the pension. And so that's what WEP is. So I hope that answers your question. When it comes to the umbrella, yes, it's not just spousal. It does go into survivor benefits as well as regular benefits. Okay, next email is coming from Alex. Alex, thank you for the email. It says, David, thanks for all you do. Here's one I don't think you've encountered. I am a retired LEO, so law enforcement, 28 years, no Social Security taken out. I was on WEP. I accrued the points in side jobs in previous employment to get SSA benefits. I've applied and been receiving retirement benefits, WEP amount, for 5 months now. I am receiving my April benefits, but saw no increase. Since April was supposed to be the month the Social Security Fairness Act benefits were to start for most people, I called SSA. I was told I would not get anything more because the reduction was never applied to my benefits. Keep in mind that I retired before the WEP appeal. First payment in 12/24, how can this be? I am a classic WEP case, worked many years, Social Security not taken out during that time, and got a pension, but qualified for Social Security due to previous employment and further side jobs. When I asked about their claim that I was not on WEP during my LEO time, but no Social Security taken out, Social Security WEP could not tell me, advised I make an appointment at the Social Security office. Have you heard of this? Any advice for me before I go to an appointment? Thanks again, Alex. Okay, so you've already set up the appointment. I'm not going to give you any advice on this because I have no idea what's going on there. If you started receiving it prior to January 5th, because January 5th is when it was signed off, so that's when it became official law, then you should be receiving that increase. You know, I mean, WEP should have applied to, when you first applied, WEP should have applied to you. So I'm not going to touch that one. I'd like you to send me an email once you have your appointment just to let me know what they say. But it looks like this is the case. In April, you should have received an increased benefit. Now, also, when you apply, they should have told you that WEP is going to reduce your benefits. And so if that happened, maybe, I don't know, maybe they messed up. Maybe the Social Security Administration messed up and they didn't reduce your benefits at the time. And then once they figured it out, they said, well, there's no reason to reduce it now. I mean, I'm just giving you maybe an example of something that, you know, could have happened where because the Social Security Fairness Act was passed by the House and the Senate, and then it was waiting for the president to sign it, when you applied, maybe they didn't do the reduction when they should have done the reduction. And then when they found out about it after January 5th, there's no reason to make any changes at that point because realistically or technically, they overpaid you for at least 1 month. So maybe they just looked at it and they said, well, we're just not going to touch that because it would have been an overpayment, not even a full month because you said 12/24. So it would have been an overpayment for a week or 10 days. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on with your case, but yes, please send me an email and let me know. And in that email references this email here. Let me know what the response was from the Social Security Administration because I would like to find that out. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.